Hello and welcome to London360, the only regular news feature show that keeps you up to date with everything that's going on in the capital. You can catch us here weekly, or you can watch the show anytime and get involved online at communitychannel.org/London360. In our new show, we have an exciting lineup of stories, from a celebration of exotic Brazilian culture to the nostalgic tall ships on the River Thames. For our first feature, where else can you get the opportunity to sample a slice of Brazil but right here in London, home to thousands of Brazilians? Fred Bhat went to Trafalgar Square to discuss stereotypes which often overshadow their communities.
I'm here to find out more about London's Brazilian community, and what more of a better day than Brazil Day, a celebration of Brazilian culture and of course a one-year countdown for Rio 2016.
I love the music, the people and the vibe that we have in Brazil. That's so amazing. You have to see how wonderful people in Brazil are.
It's good to have the Brazilians coming out and the English and everyone kind of mixing together and dancing and about the diversity of Brazil as well.
Well, this is a taste of Brazil. We want to bring the world to Brazil, and of course the world starts in Trafalgar Square. So it's a good idea to bring it here because everybody's watching it. A little of the music, a little of the food, the ambience, the warmth, the weather's great. We think it's going to be a wonderful games in Rio, and we're ready for it.
I'm very proud to be here, and also I'm very proud to be nominated a queen. So just encourage all Brazilians also to come out and enjoy and appreciate why we are here.
I think it's important to show what sort of musical culture Brazil has and how you can join Brazilian music, Brazilian vibes with actually also Western music, which is what we're trying to do.
I suggest everyone should come here and celebrate. This is today, this is Brazilian Day. It's a very special day and very special friends.
Is there much of a Brazilian community in London?
Yes, we have about lots of Brazilians in London, and we have a big community, and we have lots of Brazilians joining in, also everyone from Latin America, all over the world. So the community is good, the community is big, and the community is united.
What would you say are some of the stereotypes and what's the reality?
The basic stereotype is carnival and samba and football, which is very true, but it's way below what we have. We have many more things, and of course we're ready to show that. And even here you can see a little bit of more of what Brazil is.
It's important that people know Brazil isn't just Rio de Janeiro or Sao Paulo. It's one of the biggest countries in the world, from the Amazon in the north to cowboy land in the south. There's a lot going on in Brazil, and hopefully Brazil Day can show a little bit of that.
Amongst the celebrations, there were more serious concerns.
The government in Brazil is very corrupt, and I'm here to telling you to fight against corruption in Brazil. The PT party and the Walker party, PT, and Dilma Rousseff are ruining Brazilian people. And this is just a facade. That's not true. What happened in Brazil is worse, and people suffering. So I'm here telling the Brazilians that this cannot go on.
We are praying for Brazil. We are handing out 3 flags, the Brazilian flag, and it says, I pray for Brazil. And we're inviting everyone to be praying for our country that's going through really, really hard times right now.
I'm proud to be Brazilian. Even though Brazil is going through a tough time, sometimes we get upset about the politicians, the decisions they make. My heart is Brazilian. I love Brazil so much, and I really hope Brazil is going to improve and do the right things for us.
With the ongoing allegations in the media regarding government corruption, it's clear that Brazil Day was met with mixed reactions. However, on the day it was enjoyed by an eclectic crowd and really gave London a taste of Brazil.
If you attend the Olympic Park this November, it won't be swimming, cycling or javelin you'll be seeing, but dance in the aquatic centre, music in the basketball arena and fashion in the podium. Jordaan Shelley travelled to Stratford for a teaser of what to expect from this new youth-led festival that prides itself on igniting creativity within young people.
We're in the Olympic Park at the launch of UFEST, London's first official festival for youth culture. This event is led by young people for young people and provides a platform for them to showcase their skills on a citywide, national and international level.
So in November we have the London Dance Championships, which is going to be in the aquatic centre over there. We have a fashion seminar with Trapstar. We have a music event called Co-Sign, where all the big people come together and they have to bring someone who's like up and coming with them, so it gives them a chance to like perform in front of loads of people. And we have a comedy event with Mandem on the Wall and like a political debating thing with like youth as well.
We kind of recognised that there wasn't really anything that was by young people, for young people, that they could control and shape and curate how it felt and how people experienced it. So what we wanted to do was make sure that that happened, and we got the opportunity to work in the Olympic Park, which is really about taking the sports venues and turning them into cultural venues for young people. So dance in the aquatic centre, music in the basketball arena, making use of the podium and all of the other spaces that you see here at the park.
Events and workshops in fashion, tech, dance and music. UFEST is working to ignite creativity and provide opportunities to London's inner city youths.
Young kids get to develop themselves and express themselves and nurture their talents. So I think it's a good thing that the artists like myself and the others are helping them, man, and giving back. You get me? Plant the seed, the tree might grow. It's all been made by the young kids. They're putting it on all themselves together. I've been hearing stuff like they've been working on this stuff for like 6 months. So they've been doing their homework and their research and making it happen. It's going to be a good success for them, I think, man.
I believe this is just going to show that young people can come together, have a good time and embrace our culture all together in the same place.
We spoke to Lee, one of the founders of Trapstar, who prefers to remain anonymous.
I'm doing a seminar, so basically talking about coming from nothing to something, and basically like giving back and just letting the kids know that, you know, you can do anything that you put your mind to. Didn't really have like elders embracing me, showing me the do's and the don'ts, and I feel that, you know, I'm in that position now to actually pass it on, and I feel it's very important that you must give back. It's one of my main goals in life, you know, to give back to the people.
Everyone around the world knows the Olympic Park, so even for us it's a big thing for us to be playing in the Olympic Park and to be involved in such an event as well. We always love to be a part of things, especially to do with the youth, because that was one of like the primary reasons why we started.
I believe events like this are really, really good for the development of our generation, because it makes everybody use their skills and their interests in the most positive way to inspire other people who might not be using their skills and stuff like that. And it also shows the possibilities of what happens when everyone comes together. So we're happy to be a part of a massive project like this. You know?
I really can't wait to perform. The stage is so high. They're going to have the TVs in the background, a massive like TV production, and the youth are the future, and majority of them really love music anyway, so for them to be a part of this and actually put it on themselves, I would love to do that. When I was younger, we never had things like this, so it's a great thing. It's a great opportunity for the youth to get involved and meet the people that they look up to as well and work with them.
I'm actually hosting an event on the 20th of November alongside my jammer, so yeah, should be dope. It's big because I've actually never done something in the Olympic Park before. It's a new experience. I think the older lot can't really grab the youth as much as the youth can grab the youth. It's only right getting the youth involved. Whoever's saying they've got this type of, kind of bias for young people, they should come down to this event and come and see what the youth are doing for the youth and what the older people are trying to do for the youth as well. So come down.
Here at London360, we love to give people a platform to have a say about their great city. So we invite you to send us your stories, points of view, or even passionate rants. Diana Bambi from Romford, Essex, talks about the lack of awareness about sickle cell.
Hello, my name is Diana, and I'm from Romford in Essex. After 100 years of its discovery, sickle cell is still the most common genetic disorder in the UK. Sickle cell is an inherited blood disorder where the red blood cells carry oxygen around the body develop abnormally. It mainly affects those from ethnic backgrounds such as the African and Caribbean. According to the NHS, there are roughly 15,000 people in the UK suffering with sickle cell disease. 2 in 3 of sickle cell patients in the UK are in London due to the ethnic mix. This raises my question. Are the African and Caribbeans getting themselves screened for the sickle cell trait? I believe if we get more notable spokesmen and ambassadors and celebrities together, we can raise awareness and break the silence.
That's all for part 1, but see you after the break for more London stories. We'll be finding out how the funky sounds of brass entertained a crowd at the South Bank Centre, and why majestic tall ships from all over Europe sailed on the River Thames. Welcome back to part 2 of London360, the only show that unearths real stories from London's hidden communities. Now, brass instruments have long been associated with a particular demographic. However, in the Big Brass Busk at the South Bank Centre is a reflection of the ever-changing landscape of musicians, with people of all abilities having the opportunity to take part. From trumpets to trombones, Suna Yokes discovered how this event has the power to unite communities.
With all the brass players playing together, it's quite powerful.
The Big Brass Busk is bursting its way onto the London music scene here at the Riverside Terrace at the South Bank Centre in London.
So the idea of the Big Brass is that you get a really great professional band to come along, play a bit of what they do, and then they teach anyone who shows up with an instrument how to play a few of their songs. So it's a really nice way, it's sort of a big community building big busk. It's exactly what it is. You just sort of play along together and have a lovely time, and here we have people dancing and singing, and it's great, really nice atmosphere.
Yeah, the drums they swing low, and the trumpets they go.
It's a lot of fun. I enjoy playing the trumpet, and it's lovely to play outside.
I think we live in such a fragmented society in general. Anytime you can get people to actually come together and interact with each other, it's great. And I mean, it breaks down barriers and defenses.
We're in a modern culture where Spotify and iTunes are the normal way that people discover music, but actually listening to live music and hearing it played is totally different.
I think it's one thing that Britain misses, especially with the busking rules and things like that.
Busking in London streets is legal in most cases. However, some local councils have introduced a bylaw requiring acts with music or amplification to have a busking licence. Events such as the Big Brass Busk are opening up opportunities for people of all ages and abilities to showcase their talents free from legal constraints.
Our music's very accessible. It's kind of jazz-based, but it's not serious heavyweight jazz. Today, with it being a busking session, we've put some of our music on the internet, and we're hoping that some people will come down this afternoon and join in with the New York Brass Band and play a few tunes with us.
There are approximately 2,000 brass bands in the UK at present, and over 100,000 people actively engage with brass bands at any given time, making them one of the most accessible forms of entertainment in terms of live music.
We really try very hard to make the arts accessible for everyone, and you can come down and listen to a free show, or there is a ticketed concert, or there's an exhibition or an installation, and it's very welcoming and open to everyone.
A lot of the songs are modern, so we all singing them, we were all dancing to it, so we knew it wasn't like you say, old school or what the perception is of brass bands, so it was so good.
I think they're making brass music cool. If you can play Bruno Mars and Florence and the Machine and make a crowd like that in the centre of London dance and smile, that's making something cool.
Brass bands received £1.8 million in Arts Council funding over the last 5 years, compared with £347 million for opera. Projects such as the Big Brass Busk create new audiences for England's brass bands and celebrate the important role they play in the country's heritage.
There's not many other genres of music or different other types of bands where you can actually join in, where the public can join in. People need to experience that, they need to see that, and it makes them feel a part of the artistic endeavor. And to me, that's where the heart of brass band is making it feel like everybody is part of the show, not just the band, everybody there, because it's a party, you know?
London's rich history of ships stretches back for centuries, so where else better to host a collection of the ocean's finest ships than along the Thames in southeast London? Dubbed the Cathedrals of the Ocean, I went down to find out how these spectacles of the sea are not just sitting pretty, but helping to support the local trades and regenerate a once neglected area. We're here in Greenwich at the Tall Ships Festival, a celebration of some of the finest ships from across the world coming together. We're here to find out more about the event and its impact on the local community.
This morning I saw this flyer, so flyover I mean, and then we just like, just, what is it? Yeah. So we just like say let's go and visit something, because every day we have to look for something just to entertain him,
And what is Tall Ships itself about? What is the feel of the event?
Well, I think two things really. One is to encourage people to look at the River Thames more actively, really, to support events that are taking place and to enjoy tall ships who obviously were very active here in centuries past. So it's creating historical opportunity, really, but equally important to ensure that our residents have an opportunity to have an exciting day on the river.
Yeah, my name's Bombardier Levy. I'm working with the Firepower Museum here. I'm currently serving with 4th Regiment Royal Artillery in the British Army. Normally we're stationed inside the museum, but today basically we're going to be outside firing this gun. Any civilians can come up, fire the gun for £1.50 each. Nice souvenir for the little kids, mainly the kids, and basically a bit of a view, fire £25 a gun, simple as that.
I mean, it's very rare that you can see this number of tall ships in the river today, and it just brings alive how challenging the history of London was in terms of this worldwide maritime trade. The arduous life that people led on board these boats.
It's part of the council's opportunity to improve its field and luck, really. As you see here, enormous development opportunities taking place. We've got Crossrail coming in 2018. The town centre is being redeveloped. So in the 60s, Woolwich was fairly on its knees, really. We've developed a programme of activity where it's rising to the challenge and improving every week.
Woolwich has changed. A lot in the last 20 years, and they're getting better and better.
In what way has Woolwich changed?
It's new infrastructure, new houses, new roads, new people. Marketplace has changed. It's getting a bit more modern now.
Councillor Fahy spoke of the need to help make events like Tall Ships inclusive to people from all backgrounds and engage with the River Thames.
I think it's important to ensure that we have a whole range of cultural activities that represents the borough's cultural diversity, and to encourage young people particularly to share the experience of travelling on the river.
I've been living here for quite some time now, but it's my first time being to this event. I didn't even know of it, like my friend just told me and I just came down to watch it, so it's been fascinating, really.
It's certainly worth some investment in terms of tourism, the image of the area, keeping us linked with the water.
We look forward to 2017 with the transatlantic event, and obviously leading up to that, these events become important, and we very much hope that in 2017 the eyes of the world, as they were in the Olympic year, will be on Greenwich, because they're sailing from Greenwich to Quebec. So hopefully the world will be able to see what we have to offer, and obviously with our 10 million visitors a year, that's proving important anyway.
It's clear the Tall Ships event has been a draw for the tourists, but it's also been a benefit to the local community, and with more to come in 2016, both Greenwich and Woolwich will definitely be seeing a transformation. What are your favourite things?
Seeing the music show, making the paper boats.
That's it for this week's episode. We hope you enjoyed the show. To find out more information about any of the stories featured on today's show, or to send in any suggestions you may have for future episodes, head to communitychannel.org/London360. If you'd like to stay up to date with what goes on behind the scenes here, be sure to join in on the conversation and follow us on Twitter at London_360. Remember, keep it 360